say it feels like everyone's kind of like decent at the moment. Like no one's really outstanding. Every team's kind of struggling at times and a little bit inconsistent, and it really just comes down to like who's going to win some of these really tight games to go to Dallas, which doesn't really inspire a lot of confidence that whoever makes it there is going to be particularly competitive. Like it feels like the overall ceiling of the scene has come down a little bit, and everyone's a little bit closer to the floor right now, and it's a bit of a scrap fest. So you just got to wait to kind of see which team is actually going to like step up and play a little bit better and hit a little bit better of a level of form right now, because it really shouldn't be this close amongst everyone, and you're seeing a couple of teams that you would have backed to be like kind of powerhouses in the Asian region at the moment really just look like they're struggling a little bit at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, I think we're kind of going through this period of rebuild for a lot of teams within, I mean, especially in China, but even in Mongolia, there's been a little bit of moving and shaking, as there is probably always going to be towards the end of the year, especially now that we've got the major cycle in the way that it is, with the major being the last tournament of the season. I suspect there is going to be that sort of month or two at the start of each kind of like season, if you will, where it's like, oh, this team's made a couple of changes, this team's made a couple of changes. Let's not draw too many conclusions. But as we get deeper and deeper into the year, and now we're obviously in sort of mid-February, we're getting into mid-February. By the time we roll around to like March, April, that's when things really have to kind of like be locked in if you want to be that team that's going to compete for a spot at the major. And who knows what's going to happen at the MRQ. This is going to be an absolute mess potentially. So we'll have to sort of see how all of that plays out. But I think at least for maybe the next couple of weeks, you can still go, all right, Lin Vision, they've only just added Komisu, and Starry's only just come back in. I don't necessarily need to expect to see the best of Lin Vision just yet, but in a short amount of time, definitely we're going to be wanting to see that. And if that's going to turn around for teams like Lin Vision, for Tai Lu, then more to the good. But that's obviously not going to be ideal for teams that maybe have already got it, in a sense, kind of sorted, in the likes of perhaps an Atox, who haven't had as many changes. So it's a conversation definitely to be had. But as you can see, guys, or as you can imagine, there are going to be some little issues that need to be ironed out in the background. This was a problem yesterday between the Huns and Lin Vision. It might be a problem again today. So we appreciate your patience, as we are going to head to a short break here, and then we'll be jumping into the first map when it is ready to go. So we'll see you in a sec, hopefully.